The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki. Hey, everyone. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
De nada. Andrew's loving saying de nada up in this bitch.
I've been saying a lot of de nada.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he throws out de nadas like he really gets it. Give us your best de nada.
Just say gracias.
Gracias.
De nada.
Ooh, man. I mean,
You don't
today
wanna
you
lean
dropped
in
a de
too hard.
nada that was so... I mean, I know nothing about the Spanish language, but I was convinced you were a local.
Yeah, I grew up in Florida, so it's, close to South Florida, so I still don't know any Spanish.
And if you just kind of mumble it anyway, yeah.
I grew up,
And, I took Spanish for 6 years in college, so I know nothing. I pretty much know how to ask to go to the bathroom.
My other thing is I go, mucho gusto. Which means like much pleasure, like very.
Well, I only know that from Mucho Gusto. Me amo Bradley. I'm hornier than Ron Jeremy. Andrew did point out a great thing about me being in a foreign land is that I always had confusion about doors because it says push or pull, and I only read the first half of things, as you guys know, books, signs, and so I always just read puh. And I don't know if it's saying push or pull, and I usually just fuck it up, But in Spanish, it's jale, which I'm saying that wrong. It's jail, or it's the other one.
J is with sounds like an H.
It's jale, yes. Jale.
And then the other one's like emperor.
Yeah,
emperor.
it's very different. It's either
different.
emperor or jail.
And I think we said that other one wrong.
And Andrew goes, now you'll know. And I go, oh yeah, now it's even more confusing because I don't know what those words even mean.
It is tough when you're with your boyfriend and you say push out.
Yeah, I hate when I tell him to push out, and he just
comes all in you.
That's so funny. We were also talking today about how Andrew captioned a video yesterday of him, the one that I posted on our the Nikki Glaser Pod social. He posted on his personal one. He wrote a What was the caption again?
I said, when you nut. So the joke was based off of when you nut and she keeps sucking.
Okay, so which I don't know that. I guess I've seen it a couple times, but guys do videos where they're like, ooh, they're
also,
making a face.
I hate that. I hate, when I nut, I don't want to keep sucking.
That's why that's the point of it.
Oh.
They're saying it's like, don't do this, too sensitive.
It is too much.
Yeah, no one likes that. You thought you were the only one? You were misreading those videos?
Yeah.
So that was the point of those. So he does the dance, and he was making a joke off of when you nut and she keeps sucking.
I go, when you nut, and then she makes you coffee, and then you have a nice emotional conversation while staring at each other in the eyes.
Yes, and I was like, he said some. I forget how we got on the. I was like, oh, I want to start. Oh, he was just saying you nut is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Is this the dumbest thing? Just be like, I nutted.
It's the dick her down guy. Like, oh, I nutted hard after I dicked her down.
Yeah, it's.
He's pretty cool.
I don't know who the dick her down guy is, or just a guy who says that. You mean?
It's my step uncle Bobby.
Is it? What's his name?
You want to know a funny story?
Yeah, I do.
So my stepsister was married to this guy Bobby, and Bobby wrote on Facebook that she hasn't come home all night and that he thinks he's cheating on her, and she came home with a hickey. He wrote this on Facebook.
No, when was this? Years ago?
Yeah, probably like 2 years ago.
Okay.
She's with a guy now with a mullet who has a Mustang whose lights never go off. Like
what?
The front lights, they never turn off. They're always pink.
The battery's not dying.
He's awesome. I gotta
it's
send
got
you
a separate generator or something. Okay.
This guy.
I leave my overhead light on in my cars. I gotta jump it.
This guy was like fucking delivered in a fucking tub of Jim Beam. Like he's such a badass. So I figured that one out. Yeah. So then some guy writes on his thing and he goes, "Hey man, you know what you got to do? You just got to dick her down real good. And like
that'll keep her.
That will keep her from getting a hickey. You got to dick her down." And it's just like, I don't know. It's pretty cool.
So
phrase.
that was one of the comments on the post.
Yeah.
And so he left her, right?
Yeah.
Was this his girlfriend or his wife?
I don't know if they ever got married.
And
but
did you find
they have
out
a
about
kid
it because
together.
you just naturally saw it, or was the whole family like, dude, go on Facebook right now, shit's going down?
Pretty much that.
Okay, I was gonna say that is so hilarious to air something like, when you get, it's almost like, I don't want to compare it to the Taylor Swift thing that we covered yesterday, but her sending off that tweet in response to that guy was such a knee-jerk thing.
Yeah.
I know she did that, and she was with someone who was like, do it. She was in a place where her team wasn't. I mean, it was a good move for her, PR wise.
Same with Bobby.
But yeah, Bobby's PR team wasn't around him at the time.
You mean the other mechanic?
I could almost guarantee you what the situation was where Taylor sent off those tweets, and I think that especially the follow-up one where she's like, and by the way, I wrote this tweet all by myself. It was just, she pitched it. Like, I've been in that position so many times. I think that those moments where you put something out there when you're in a state of anger, when you're in a state of like high emotion,
Get your phone away from me.
Get away from all. It's like when I'm on.
Go nuts somewhere.
Used to go nuts. Get it out. But when I used to take Ambien, like I remember my friend lent me some Ambien because I was going through a really hard time and I had taping the next day and I wasn't sleeping. And I remember I put my phone in the other room. I turned it off. I used the actual alarm clock in the hotel room, like on the nightstand, because I was like, I don't want to have a Roseanne moment, or just put out something really weird. And then I ended up being prescribed Ambien for a while. And I remember I never had an issue with it. I may have said this on the podcast, except one morning I woke up and I had overnight on my Instagram story, because I checked my story the next day, late in the day, just, when you review your own story and you go, God, I'm so interesting. What are people seeing of me? When you look at your own story and you're like, what am I putting out? Like, how am I perceived? God, I'm so
life.
cool. And most of the time I'm just like, God, you're lame. But
Same.
I look and I go, who fucking hijacked my story? What is this? And it was me promoting Tom Papa's special, which I had not seen, and saying how funny it was, which I guarantee it was funny.
Yeah.
But Tom Papa is just such a weird thing to do on Ambien. It should be on one of the side effects. You may promote Tom Papa's
you might get Papa.
special.
Don't Papa an Ambien.
You may, give a quote for him to put on his next book or something.
Yeah, you're like
Fun for the whole family.
You just start writing like, isn't like Arrested Development great? And it's like, what? That was 10 years ago.
I was just friendly, but I was still lying, because I hadn't seen it, and I phrased it in a way like I had seen it, which I don't usually do. If there's a new special, I'll be like, I can't wait to watch this. Which a lot of times I won't even watch it, but it is true. I can't wait is actually a lie. I'm always, when people say I can't wait, I'm always like, yes, you can, because you have to. It's not coming out till the 27th or whatever. What are you going to kill yourself because you just can't wait? You can.
I took, every time I would take Ambien though, like, I feel like it puts so much pressure on you to go to sleep. It's like when I take a Xanax, I'm like, it's time to relax.
Well, you have to go to that. You have to take it when you're ready to go to sleep.
I know,
people don't do that.
I don't.
People do it so it'll put them to sleep, but it has to be like when you're ready to close your eyes and make a concerted effort to do it.
Yeah.
Which, if you're not willing to do that, what are you doing anyway?
I don't know.
What, you're not even trying to. That's your problem. If you can't get to a place where you close your eyes in bed and you just try to sleep, then you don't deserve Ambien, because you're not even trying in the first place. So your whole thing of I can't sleep is like, and I'm not saying people who need Ambien, do it. I mean, it helped me a lot for a while. But I wanted to say the thing about nutting.
Yes.
That we came up with.
Oh yeah. So you said you want to take it back.
I want to start saying, because I say jack off and jerk off for masturbating, and it's become such a, like, just, I use it and people always laugh, and I forget that it's not something women say. Like, I'm going to go jerk off. But it just, to me, is just natural now. But at first it was funny, And I want to start saying nut. But Andrew, and I was like, why can't women say nut? Because we come too, like, I'm going to nut. And he was like, well, you don't have nuts. And I was like, wait, oh yeah, we don't have balls. And actually, nut probably comes from the fact that the seed is in the nut.
Yes.
Which the seed is sperm. And we have an egg. And I was thinking, what's inside an egg that we can be like, and so we're calling it yolking. I yoked.
Or would it be called egged? I
egged him. No, because you don't put eggs. You don't put, like, it's almost like the casing that the yolk actually is the egg, and then the egg whiting. But egg white is the stuff, is maybe the more the cum.
I agree with yolk when you said it, but now I'm thinking.
It does. It looks exactly like egg
the yolk.
whites.
I know, but I'm just thinking now that.
I just think yolking is funny.
The nut is the balls.
Right.
So the egg would be the nut. So then,
We don't know enough about women's anatomy or anyone's anatomy to
Grey's
talk about
Anatomy?
this. I do know about the maybe first couple episodes of the first season.
I never watched.
Can't believe
it.
that show has been on for like 43
Still
seasons.
on?
Oh yeah,
Wasn't that?
I think so.
Yeah, who knows? I
think that's going to be like cockroaches, where it's like the world will like there's be an apocalypse, and the only thing that exists is like a TV that's still playing Grey's Anatomy, and it's we don't know how they're making it, and then also cockroaches.
I yoked and he's still. Wait, no. It goes. I nutted and when you nut and she keeps sucking.
Yeah, and so it's when I yoke and he keeps licking.
Yeah, or eating.
Oh, eating. Ew, eating is so gross.
Why does eating pussy sound so nasty?
I don't know. Can I play something that I just found that I love? We were talking about. So I had to restart my computer today, and I was talking about why does that fix everything? Which it truly did. I couldn't connect to the internet. I restarted my computer. Boom. You said it was a lot like blowing into the
game disc or hitting your Nintendo, or I hit my remote control on my head.
Yeah, if we have millennials or like Gen Zs listening, you might see this often as a meme, but like on Super Nintendo, you would take out the games and you go,
yeah.
Like it's but it would work. And it was kind of fun that it worked. Did you play Super Nintendo, Noah?
Yeah, of course. And you would also like
best.
put the cartridge in
Sega
like
guy.
so it clicks a little bit and like pops in.
I don't remember that one necessarily, but I remember, you know how the purple buttons that you slide to turn on, if you did them both, it would like restart the system. Do you remember Game Genie?
Yes.
Game Genie was insane.
You remember Duck Hunt with the gun?
Yeah, but Game Genie, let me just take you through what that was. You would have a Nintendo game that you would put into the system. If you got Game Genie, which my cousin JD did, rest in peace, he died from Game Genie. He just couldn't stop playing Nintendo.
RJD.
So you would put the Nintendo game into the Game Genie. It was like a separate cartridge that it would fit in, and then you put the Game Genie into the thing, and Game Genie would unlock everything that you would need to do. It would make you have all the powers and all the things that you needed in the game. It was insane. It was like I don't remember ever being as excited about something as I was Game Genie because we
like the
couldn't.
bumper pads of bowling.
Yes, it was awesome.
But isn't that just cheating?
I loved Super Nintendo. Can I just say for a
What was
second?
your favorite Super Nintendo game?
Yeah, what was your favorite game?
Aladdin?
Mario Kart, Super Mario Brothers 2.
Did you like Mario Kart because you
I
played
didn't like
with
3.
dudes?
I didn't like that little raccoon tail. What?
Did you play with dudes a lot?
No, I just played with my cousin JD. Donkey Kong Country. Holy shit, Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite Mario Kart guy?
Oh, Yoshi. It was the fastest. And then I loved, Aladdin, though, was a fucking sick game. And sometimes I will just pull up old YouTube clips of the Aladdin game. If there's any besties out there who played Aladdin for NES, Super Nintendo, please reach out to me because that was fucking great. You rode a red carpet. There were stars. There was like a cobra that, you know when Jafar turns into a cobra in the sand? In Aladdin. Did you ever see Aladdin?
I did. It was a long time
Take
ago.
off your clothes. Do you remember that part?
No, that.
So you know
Go
when
on and take off your clothes.
yes, all
On
good
the
women,
balcony.
all good women. What was it?
I don't remember. I just remember.
All good
go on and
teenagers.
Take off your clothes.
Yeah. Okay, so in Disney movies, there's like all those things, those little secret pornographic things that they snuck in. Do you know?
Yes,
what I'm talking
I
about?
do. Yeah, in the
so
clouds.
name some of them.
There'll be a penis in the clouds or whatever.
Well, the first one was or one of the first ones. I don't know the whole track record. Little Mermaid had a penis as in the cover of it on the cassette or on the
DVD.
VHS. There is a penis in his castle, like one of the towers, one of the minarets. I only know that word from a Dave Matthews song.
Yeah, for sure.
And then also in Little Mermaid, which is one of the most egregious ones that they did. The priest at the end, when Ursula is the brunette and she's getting married and she's walking towards Prince Eric to marry him, she kicks the dog. She's walking down the aisle and she kicks the dog and he's like, "Rawr!" And Prince Eric is just like spinny eye, like hypnotized because that's why he's marrying her. And she walks up and the priest is like, "Oh, welcome to the marriage of," and he has a boner. He has an active boner that comes up and then like kind of wrestles around and then goes down. It's like, and then I think the animators said, "Oh, Noah's found it. There we go. Look."
Oh yeah. Some would think that's. Yeah.
What? It moves.
I mean, his nose is more of a boner than his dick.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. That really, as a kid, when you would have to rewind and like it wasn't just toggling. It was actually.
You know what
VHS.
I love about these things is that like
It was
back in the
fascinating.
day, it wasn't easy
It's kinda
to
scary.
illustrate. So like that was multiple. Like that
Yeah.
took a lot of thought
Well,
to
think
be
how
like.
bored those guys are.
Yeah, that's true.
I just
You're
heard a
sitting
thing
there.
on Chris's show. They do a thing called Tuesday Tidbits where they just kind of say like, it's almost like the Reddit stuff I use sometimes where it's just like, here's a little fact that you didn't know. Animators don't have their characters often have 3 fingers and a thumb, like 4 fingers.
Because they don't want to draw.
Because
full
it's just
hands.
it's just
Yeah.
laziness and it saves money because it would take more time to have more fingers, which I thought was interesting. But I love that they threw an extra finger in that guy's pants.
And an extra dick on his face.
Okay,
I think like.
can I keep going through all the
Yeah,
ones?
yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No. Go ahead.
So then, let's go to the next thing. Beauty
Yeah.
and the Beast. I don't remember any being in Beauty and the Beast. Aladdin. We have, which no one knows very well. She knew right away as I said it. Jasmine is on the balcony. Her pet tiger is. Aladdin comes to the balcony. And the tiger is just like, I'm sniffing this guy out, being like, who is he? And he kind of goes up to him, and Aladdin's going like, oh, hey, he's like kind of backed up, almost falling off the balcony because the tiger's like trying to like growl at him. And he's like, oh, calm down. It's okay, kitty. And he goes, all good teenagers take off their clothes. And it's just a very
All teenagers take
all
off.
good teenagers take
Oh
off
my
their
Good
clothes.
God.
teenagers.
However,
The tiger said that?
I don't think.
Oh.
I think it's just misheard. And once you listen, it's one of those things of like,
Is it some teenagers?
no, it's all good teenagers. Take
No,
off their
no, I
clothes.
know. I just think that'd be funny.
But it's only
Like-
18 and up, and 18 and 19. All good 18 just to keep it legal.
and one 14-year-old who I met like years
No,
ago before.
and
it
they
was
were in
like-
Oldsall.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then in Lion King, we have at one point Simba as a teenager, I believe, falls down in like a hump, like he's like tired. And all this dust swirls up into the clouds. And I think that's the one you're remembering where there's like a penis in the sky.
Yeah.
But it's the dust forms a shape that says sex. And Noah, you can probably look up that image. Sex,
Yeah,
Lion
I
King,
have it.
dust. And we can see that. And you can also go to our YouTube page and watch our podcast live.
I guess it's like,
Or not live,
If
but
you're an
yeah.
illustrator too, and you're like just thinking about cartoons all the time, you're probably like so in the need of like thinking about sex all day, and you're just drawing like
Yeah,
things
you're-
that kids would like. So then you're like, I'm gonna put sex in the sky.
Yeah, people are
Instead of
pervs.
nutting, you got to nut. You got to
This
nut.
is how they nut.
Or yoke. Yeah,
and
this is their
it's
nut.
like a little secret for them. Do you see how it says sex? I mean,
Yeah.
it's written on there. That's not how they did it in the movie.
Oh, hilarious.
That would be so funny if that one. Do you see it? It looks like it says sex.
yeah.
I mean, it's you know what? It could be a mistake. Now let's keep going. Now then we go to
There's
It would be
another one
funny if,
from
like,
Lion King.
If you look in the
Which
sky,
one?
you could just see a
is
girl.
it one Rafifi?
It's
Is it Rafif-
it's from the poster.
The poster has a thonged woman
Oh wow!
as oh my god, I see it perfectly now. So the Lion King's
Oh, I thought that was
face in the
Jesus' face.
Now, there. You know what? Another thing I just heard yesterday on Chris's show as well is the Super Bowl logo this year. Pull it up, Noah. The Super Bowl logo for this year. They tried to do a thing inside the logo that it looked like palm trees or something
Mm-hmm.
because it's in LA. I guess is that right?
I don't. Maybe Miami. I don't know.
I don't know. But it looks like it's dripping blood. It is the worst graphic design I've ever seen.
I saw something the
And I
other
don't wanna
day
say
where it's a
ever.
robot reading a book inside the nose of a.
What? Oh, like where you see things, and that's what everyone's seeing.
No, like
Like
it's
Rorschach?
pretty. Inside the Chicago Bull. If you pull up the Chicago Bulls logo, you can see a robot reading a book. If I was good at Photoshop, it'd be so funny to just put like the most hardcore porn in the corner of like The Simpsons or like DuckTales and be like, "Do you guys see this?" And it's just like the most like egregious human fucking you'll ever see in the top corner.
That's really
Is-
funny.
is-
There, that one.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, that looks like they're like CTE inside their heads.
Oh my god.
That's what that looks like.
I want to share with you a thing that I saw because I often see things in, like I see dicks sometimes in things or just different shapes in things. This is one I found. I'm going to send it to you, Noah. and I remember I was so depressed. I was in Omaha. I was on the road with, I guess, Greg Warren and Tim Convey. They were all driving to Omaha, and I.
Oh yeah. Well, let's take a break. And
Let's take a break, and we'll come back with the dick that I found, and Noah will put it up on the thing. Welcome back to the show. We're about to show a penis that I found. In a hairdryer cord. I was sitting on the toilet in a hotel room in Omaha. I was so fucking depressed this weekend. And I look up and my hairdryer cord has taken the shape of a bent penis and it has balls and everything. Get ready for this.
Wait. Okay. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
That looks like ironwork. Like,
So good.
it looks like the guy that draws without picking his pencil up that you put on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
oh,
it
my
looks
God.
like.
That's so what it looks like.
I like the balls have and the infinity sign too. Like there's so much cum in there. Like it's forever. It's endless.
So we're in Mexico, and yesterday was our first day, like full day here. We arrived the day before. Andrew and I did the podcast. We went to lunch. We talked about the show that we're going to be making, which was really fun. Very excited to do that. And then we went our separate ways. Andrew, I want to talk about what you did during your day and since then.
I mean, I've heard stories about how this is like a golf mecca. And, I brought my clubs, and I'll make it short because I know everyone loves golf so much that listens to this. So I was just looking for a driving range, and I honestly didn't think I'd find somewhere that was like cheap and easy to. I don't know why. Like every time I try, do you ever get this? Like when even though this,
You convince yourself anything you try to do is going to be either expensive or there's going to be some roadblock.
yeah, and
I know,
like,
I do the
and
same
I
thing.
can't, like I get to a new city, even if it's a small town, and I'm like, what do you do?
I'm
How do you get
paralyzed.
somewhere?
I'm paralyzed
Meanwhile,
in a new city.
It's like there's 4 people in the pro shop. Like no one's like everyone's chill.
Dude, I feel like this is so relatable. Everyone in my family keeps texting me being like, are you having such a good time? And I'm like, I'm paralyzed here
Yes.
because it's not because I'm like, the culture's different and I'm scared. It's just like literally it is outside of the US. I just feel like I am a bother to people because I'm American and I'm just like a dumb American.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just going to look stupid. I'm going to pull doors that say push. I'm going to.
I just feel like I can't figure things out.
And I feel like everything's going to be more expensive. I'm not going to have the right money. I'm not going to have the ID to do it. Like, I just feel like I literally am paralyzed here. And I was thinking today, like, I have to yesterday I made a concerted effort to do something, and it was so hard to not just stay in my room all day. So you had it in your mind it was going to be so difficult and that it was going to be so expensive.
I didn't have a car here until I saw Jen, our friend Jen, and she's like, why don't, because we were going to split a car, but we're not staying in the same hotel.
Me and you were going to split a car.
Yeah. And so then Jen had a car, and I was like, do you think I could use it? Well, your name's not on it. Whatever. She ends up letting me use the car, which then like kind of opened me up to being like,
Oh, and then you're like, oh God, now I have to.
yeah, well, yeah. But I also was like, if I had to Uber somewhere, for some reason, Uber in another country, you think they might kidnap me and murder me, even though like, it's like I put these thoughts on like it will take 7 hours for them to show up. Like they're not gonna.
Or I'm not gonna have the right app. It's not gonna do it. Or it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I was saying to Bill and you yesterday, our friend, I was like, I miss Cayman so much, and I felt the same way in Cayman Island. I remember when we got out of quarantine. You were like going to the gym. You were going to the little grocery store across the street, like little things. And I was like, what's it like out there? I needed someone to like hold my hand through it.
Yeah.
And then I ended up knowing that place so well that it felt like home, and I'm missing it so much now because I just want what I know. And I'm going to feel that way. I'm going to force myself to get to that place with Cabo
Yeah.
sooner.
I'm like, so whatever. So I go to this one golf range. They don't have a driving range. They just have like a practice facility. And they're like, well, there's a driving range 5 minutes up this way. I go up like this kind of hill, like kind of cliff driving up, and it's like through model homes and whatever. And I'm like, God, this place is going to be so fucking expensive. And I get there.
Why do we do this?
And I'm like, I walk in and I'm like, what are they? And everyone's so chill. They're like, hey, let me carry your bags. Like, like whatever. Like just like so. And so I end up I get there at 4, and the driving range closes at 4, which was a little sad. But it's $10 for an hour of unlimited balls.
Yeah.
And then $20 for balls all day long. They're open 7 to 4. And then I go to the guy. I was like, "Hey, you think I could get on? Only play 9?" He's like, "Don't tell anybody, but I'll give you the special rate." And I think he probably says that.
Why did
But-
you only play 16?
Because there was 3 foursomes that I skipped at the very end because I caught up to them because I was playing by myself.
Wait, what? What did you just say? I don't speak
So
golf.
4 people are playing on one hole. So 4 guys are playing together. So they
Yes.
take longer.
Got it.
So
and you caught up to them, and so
Yeah.
you just skipped that
I just
hole
drove
that they were
past
on.
them.
Oh, I thought
Got
you joined their
it.
game.
So I shoot like a 42 on the front.
What'd
I
you
thought
say, Noah?
you joined their game, like you were trying to catch up to them so you could play with them.
Right. See,
No.
we don't speak golf, so it was important for
Yeah,
us to.
thanks.
So anyways, long story short, I get out, I play 16, and then in the morning, I woke up this morning, I was like, I don't know if I want to. And then I
What
go.
time did you wake up?
6:45
No way.
a.m. Yeah, I'm like a new early morning riser.
Wow. Is it because living with Brenna?
Partly, and then I don't know, for some reason while I'm here, I really want to like work on my shit and like be like more organized and like really become good at, because I have time right now.
Yeah,
other
you
than
do.
our doing, but like if I wake up early enough, I have time.
Absolutely. I was doing, man, I did the same thing yesterday of like, I'm going to be different here. I'm going to reset.
Yeah.
And I will say, wait, did you have, so this morning you woke up and went and
So I ate breakfast. I had my breakfast. I had my eggs with my fruit, and then I drank coffee. And I was like, I'm just gonna work. I was like, no, you know what? Drive the fucking course. It's
Yeah.
only 5 minutes. It's not like far.
Yeah.
But like I go there, and the sun is coming up over the
God.
fucking ocean.
What a life.
Yeah, I have shorts on.
how lucky are we?
It's the dude. I
We're
put a
getting
video.
paid to be here.
It's fucking wild. And I just hit balls for an hour, and then they have like a practice facility that's like like this course is, it's called I don't know if I want to say it because
No, I
where
mean,
we're
who
but like
cares?
yeah, anyways, so like I got out there and I'm like really looking around, and then I'm like, okay, I'm taking in the surroundings, and finally, I don't know, like it hit me like halfway hitting balls where I'm like, you're fine, you're home. Like not home, but like
Just
you can just breathe now.
chill out.
All it takes is you got to do shit.
Yep.
You got to do shit.
I felt that way. Like I always feel this way on vacation. I don't want to leave the resort. I'm too, especially out of like even in Hawaii, which feels like away from the U.S. Like, and even in when we're on the road, I don't want to go out. Like it's just what I don't know scares me so much, and I really am looking to like. I mean, I always like to share when I'm just like not doing that well because people can always relate. But like, it's not like I've not been doing well, but I've just cannot sleep enough lately. Which at some point people go, Nikki, you work so hard. It's just your body catching up. I know enough about sleep that you don't catch up. It's like I'm just a little bit depressed. Sleeping makes me, when I'm sleeping, I can't do work, and so it gives me an excuse that it's almost like putting my phone on airplane mode, or like when it's the only time I'm not able to be in touch with someone and I have a good excuse. I was sleeping, even though it's like, until 3
But what time do you go to bed?
But here's, I get in bed at like 10. Sometimes I'm like, why isn't it later? Like I'm seriously like, there's something going on where, and I stay up until like 2, but I just.
That's the thing though. Like
I know. I understand.
No, I'm not trying to like
Wait, so is this-
explain
But it is, like,
sleeping, but it's like
Is the sleep
Go ahead, Noah,
to
sorry.
turn your mind off, or is it just so that you don't have to do the work that you kind of don't want to do?
It's to turn my mind off too. It's for both, because if people aren't able to get in touch with me and I'm not having to, I should be writing my book right now. I have my agent, writing me an email once a week being like, just checking in on how it's going. And then I have this woman that's helping me write my book. Hey, just checking in. And I know that they're only doing it once a week because they know that if they do it every day, it's going to be annoying, but they're thinking about it every day probably. And so I have that. I have my special that I'm supposed to reviewing, and that would, no matter how good I get at watching myself, every time I finish my notes and I send off the next batch of notes and then they go, we did your notes, here's the next version. Boy, do I not want to watch it again.
Oh
and
my
it just
God.
takes a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
So there's always something, I think everyone can relate to this. There's always something I could be doing that would be something that would be good for other people, whether it's calling my aunt back, who calls me all the time, my Aunt Sally, and I never call her back because she talks very slow. And I gotta
Be
focus.
great if you could put her on 2 times in live.
Oh my God. I mean, most people, I wish I could do double the speed. But for her, I do quadruple.
Yeah.
Because she is,
and she'd still
love
sound
Aunt
like
Sally.
we gotta
this.
call Aunt Sally
the
sometime
best.
on this show.
We do. I bet people miss her.
I mean, I could call her today on the show. It would be awesome to
Yeah,
do a
let's do it.
final, just to do something with her. Because I really do need to call her back. And I was thinking about yesterday. I was like kind of riddled by anxiety about Bob dying and me being like, man, I gotta reach out. There's so many people. If they died tomorrow, I would be so mad looking back at our text exchange of me not getting back to them and feeling like shit about it and like, oh, I never responded to that thing. I
Now I
forgot
gotta
my
write
mom's
another
fucking birthday
song.
the other day. I never forget people's my.
Oh, you didn't call her at all?
If it's almost like phone numbers. If you're a new friend like Noah, I cannot tell you when your birthday is. I know around the time, but date wise, I don't know when it is. Andrew, I know your birthday because I've lived
know
with
yours.
you. But what is it?
June 1st.
Yes.
Also
Noah,
Amy Schumer's.
Yeah, and Marilyn Monroe's and Andy Griffith. And
I have Conan O'Brien's birthday.
that's so dope.
Yeah. It's pretty
Noah, when's your birthday again?
April 22nd.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
wasn't
it's
even
so
close.
close
Yeah,
to me.
I knew
April
that. You're
22nd.
the
So you're a
18th?
Taurus. Yeah.
I'll never forget April 22nd again. And I because I only know
Think
like my
420.
best friends from high school because because it's like phone numbers. I remember their phone numbers, but I don't know new phone numbers because they're just in my phone and just
Do you
like
still
birthdays are just
remember
on
your
Facebook.
home phone number, like the actual phone
From what? From how long ago?
from when you were a kid?
Yeah,
I do too.
965-7959. And it's disconnected, so you can call it all you want.
561-879-0496.
No one cares. It does. You can make up any number, and we'd be like, "Wow, cool." But the other day, it was my mom's birthday on the 22nd, and my mom. I had a fitting that day. I had to go try and. I had a raging UTI. By the way, my UTI came back as soon as I finished my antibiotics, and I have a inkling about what it's about. I want to talk about that in a second, but I had a UTI that was like coming in. And it just feels, for me, UTIs are not burning sensation that a lot of girls have. Mine is, it burns when I pee, but it feels like good almost. Like I'm like, oh, it feels like you've been holding it in a while. It doesn't hurt. It's like a good pain that I like. It's the pressure in your lower abdomen. It feels like you're pregnant with angry sand that won't move.
Okay.
And then you also have to shit, and it feels like you have cold, hard, cemented shit. It's terrible. It hurt so bad. The pressure was so bad and it hurt on my stomach. Underwear, the loose band on my underwear was oppressive to me to wear. And I just posted a picture last night of me at Supernova on stage, and I'm so bloated, and I had to wear all these tight jeans because it was the only thing I had. It was so much pain, and I couldn't sleep on my stomach because it just felt like I was pregnant. It felt awful. So I was struggling with that, and I had this fitting that I had to go to and try on all these bathing suits for F-Boy Island, and then I left, and I got a text that I sent my mom Wordle. You know the game Wordle? You haven't heard of it?
No.
Do you know the thing that people are posting where it's like those green squares and they have like a little score?
I saw you
You
post
haven't seen it?
No. I
Have
saw
you-
Wardle, but I didn't look into it.
Wordle is the best game
It's an app?
of my life. No, you just Google Wordle, and it's a
Okay.
game that comes up. It takes you 2 minutes to play. It's only once a day. You can't get addicted to it. There's definitely apps now that have redone
Copied
it.
it, yeah.
But it was this game this guy made for his wife, and he worked for companies that he worked for Facebook or something like that. These companies where he knows what captures people's attention, and he knows how to like take your time. But he decided I don't want to make a game that does that. And it's just you guess every day it's a new 5-letter word, and you make a guess, and then these little squares pop up. And if the letter that you guessed is a yellow square, that means that letter is somewhere in the word, but that's not where it is. If it's a green, if the letter in the 5-letter word that you guessed is green, that means that letter is in that
Is there
place.
a hint?
No, those are the hints.
Oh.
So if it's green, that means, so let me guess. So what if I guess cream, okay, as a 5-letter word, and C is green?
Yeah, but
I know that
the
the
third letter was yellow.
in the E is yellow. I know that C, because it's green, is definitely this word starts with C. C, and then E is somewhere else in it. And then your keyboard lights up of words, and then if it's gray, that means that letter. So each letter you find out if it's in it, if it's in the right place, If it's in it and it's not in the right place, it's yellow. If it's in it, it's green. And if it's gray, it's not in it. And that's all you need to know. And you guys, it's so fun. Every night at 12 o'clock, I wait for 12 o'clock to hit.
Yeah.
And it only does your time zone. So it's not like you do East Coast 12 o'clock. And it changes every day. And it's so fun. And I have connected with like Chris
Wheel
and
of
I.
Fortune, but
it's like
without
our favorite thing
any
to share.
hints, kind of.
No, there's hints. It's like there is strategy in it. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
But there's also luck involved. So anyway,
RSTLN.
what was I saying about Wordle?
So you send your mom Wordle.
I
You're
sent my
doing
mom
a bunch
Wordle
of
because
shit.
I know my mom loves word games. And then my mom's like, I'll download it later. I have people over for my birthday. And I'm like, oh, fuck. You had to remind me. And I go, Mom, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. I have a UTI. I have a fitting. And then, and I was smart though, because I did go wild on Lululemon and send her a bunch of presents like on the 7th. I thought in advance, which I never send presents in advance. And then the next day is Kirsten's birthday. I know this. 22nd and 23rd, my whole life has been Mom, Kirsten. The next day I forget Kirsten's fucking birthday. And it's the 24th before I realize, oh my God. And let me say, throughout the 23rd, I did think of Kirsten's birthday, but I was doing other things. And I was like, oh, as soon as I get off this call, I got to make a video for Kirsten. Because I usually just send a video being like, I love you so much. So on the 24th, I sent her a big text of like, I love you so much and everything like that. But man, it's just not like me it's like me to forget buying people presents and not being good about shipping things and stuff like that. But in terms of reaching out to people via text, I felt like a shitty friend. And I've been sleeping. I slept till Sunday was my first day off in forever, like really day off. I slept till 3 p.m. and I went to bed. I fell asleep at 10 p.m. I slept 15 hours straight through because of this UTI. And let me just say, I was in so much pain from this UTI and felt so sick and like down that I, thank God, had a doctor that I could email and be like, can you give me antibiotics? And she was like, hey, you haven't seen me since 2018. I'll send this one in, but you need to check up. Like, you need to like pay me at some point. But she sent in the prescription and she sent it in and I couldn't go get it because I couldn't move. And it just made me think about people who are so sick and have to go get medicine and wait in line at CVS or go through the drive-through. And like,
Thank God they let other people grab them for them now.
yeah, but
Unless
like, what
it's
if you don't have someone else?
I know.
I would just, honestly, I would have just died from a kidney infection with how sick I was and how I couldn't move. And if I didn't have the money to send a friend or hire someone to go get it for me, I would have just died.
They have
literally
home delivery.
Carlisle goes and
like
gets
for people.
But I would have died before I figured that
Yeah.
out. Like before I Google how to get this. I'm not kidding you. Like everything's so difficult. That's why we kind of like being
Dude,
in
my
Mexico where
mom-
the pharmacy is like, you don't need a
bodega.
prescription. You just go and you're like, give me this.
My mom's prescription for her
Yeah.
disease, for COPD or
Yeah.
emphysema, is in like, even if you were like the most like organized person and you were like 25 years old, you would have a
amount of
tough
pills
time.
and creams
Like,
or
yeah.
stuff.
Like my sister-in-law, like bless her, she went through each thing and like made it like so like organized. But if like you're saying, like these old people that are fucking
Talk about anxiety.
dying have to figure out literally like 30 pills. Certain ones you take some mornings, some days you skip it. It's fucking
You take
wild.
it every 10 hours on the diet.
Yeah.
And what about
You need
people
a
that are
helper.
depressed?
You need a helper, man.
Going to
It's-
get meds. It's so hard. And that's why telehealth, so many people told me about telehealth where you just do online consultations with a doctor. And then if you need tests done, they send you to a testing clinic and you just go and it's easy. Jen, my assistant / co-tour manager, she does that. I mean, there's
There's got
options
to be
out
an
there,
app,
but
right? Like there's got
There's
to be an app
also
that like
can you-
gives
telehealth
you.
doctors make
delivered-
home calls. There's like places for that online.
what is it? Is this Little Women days? I didn't
Yeah, they
even
bring
know any
over
of
a little
this.
black bag and they
They
put
little
you in a
suitcase.
stir. Yeah,
and they fuck your mom. I don't know why I think of the doctor like fucking the mom.
Probably
in the
because of
next door.
Forrest Gump.
Yes, that's
But it wasn't a doctor; it was the principal.
Dude, that's so
And
funny.
he goes, I remember this is my favorite line of any movie. He walks past Forrest, and Forrest's in there. He goes, he's patting his head because he just fucked his mom, and he's sweating. He goes, "Your mama sure does care about your education."
Oh my god, I remember that.
Such a good line. Your mama sure does care about your education, boy.
Oh, that was. I remember feeling that was so disgusting. I was so mad that Sally Field did that. Even as a child, I remember like knowing like she let his penis in her. So, but I God, we have so much to talk about. But I just want to say that Carlisle went and got my prescription. Thank God for her, and dropped it off at my hotel. And she called my room. I was asleep again, and so she was like, "I don't know where your hotel room is. I left it at the front desk." And I was down. I couldn't go down to the front desk. I was like, I just am gonna let this infection. I'm probably gonna get a kidney infection because I can't move. Mm-hmm. And then luckily, the front desk called me and was like, do you want us to bring this up? You got a delivery. And I'm like, yes, thank you. But I'm not kidding you. I almost said, just leave it at the door, because even walking to the door was hard. I was such an invalid. And I'll tell you, the second I took a fucking med, the second I popped a pill in my mouth, it went away. Now, what that tells me is that, yes, antibiotics work, but not that fast. It was placebo. It was definitely there was a placebo effect in place because I knew the relief was on its way, so I almost got excited about it. But then Carlisle sent me the Louise Hay book, the Heal Your Body book that I bought, but I didn't bring with me to LA/Mexico. And whenever I have an ailment, I look it up in that book to see what the mantra is or what it's about mentally, because everything starts up here. And she sent me the mantra, and I put it on my Instagram story, and it was. I loved it because it's usually about being pissed off. This is for a UTI, usually at the opposite sex or a lover, blaming others. And so my mantra is, I release the pattern in my consciousness that created this condition. I am willing to change. I love and approve of myself. And I was thinking, I've never been happier in a relationship. In this relationship, in the 8 years him and I have been seeing each other off and on, I feel so secure. I don't know what this could be. This is not about the opposite sex. I have no resentments to him that I can even conjure. All the ones that I've used to have are really worked out, and I feel so good. And I realized, holy shit, the first one UTI I got came on the day that I started feeling oh my God, this guy is it for me. Really it. And then the second one came on, let me be honest, after that round of antibiotics. It came on again a couple days later, but it came on literally the day where I had a talk with him of we're doing this. This is good. We both love and care about each other, and just feeling so safe about it. And I was like, I think this is my body's, because I've never had a UTI in my whole life. And Anya was like, it's probably from sex, dude. And you do anal. And I'm like, I've been doing that shit all the time. And I'm more hygienic now than ever. My diet hasn't changed. Nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed is I feel secure in my relationship for the first time in my life. And I think it's my body being girl, you're about to shut this down forever. Your vagina is done seeing anything new. Not that I'm craving new dick generally, but there's some anxiety about being done, possibly, in terms of
maybe it's telling you to not think about new dick. You have the dick you want.
There's some anxiety going on in my puss. It's anxiety for sure. It's not a good thing.
I'm saying maybe it could be a good thing. Your pussy's saying hey, we're good here.
But why would it fire up a fucking...
Maybe it's
because maybe you're on
test.
vacation in Cabo and your pussy's don't even think about wandering. You have a good man.
What's your thought?
Your vagina's avoidant attached.
Yes, that's what I think. My vagina is giving one last we're scared to be done, and we're scared to maybe have a baby soon, or think about having a baby, or whatever that is, which I'm not thinking about having a baby. But when you do find someone that really makes you secure, your body starts maturing, I guess, in a way. And I think my body is fighting, having the last dying gasps, the death rattle of singleness, and that's scary to me, because I've never felt secure in a relationship where I'm I've always kind of thought there'll be others, because this is not perfect, and this is good for now, but right now I feel this is maybe good forever, and it's scary. So I think that's I'm not giving up. I like the idea. Some people hate when things are psychosomatic, because they're no, it's my back. I like when it's something mental, because it means I can treat it myself, and it means that there's things going on, it's in my control, which I know it's not, because there's no free will. But do you know what I'm saying? I like when things are psychosomatic. I don't want to, because Anya's no, dude, it's your hormones changing. You're getting older. Blah blah.
There's poop on his penis.
Yeah, there's poop in your vagina, and I'm no.
But it could be both. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that's
I'm
the thing.
willing
Like,
to
I'm always
think that
like,
there's poop in my clit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You probably got poop on your yolk.
Oh, we gotta get to the news. Let's do it.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
All right, folks, we got some good stories here. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It is Wednesday. I believe that's miércoles in Spanish.
You're right.
Maybe I'm wrong.
It's mercredi
Miércoles.
in French.
Oh, so I'm probably right.
Oui.
Both hard to spell. Don't know where that end. Why it's in there.
And Wednesday, yeah.
Hope you're having all the swells. And so
What are you distracted by out there? What's going on out there? You looking over there?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're just looking.
I mean, it's a beautiful view, even though you don't have a view.
Yeah,
it's
there's
still
nothing.
beautiful.
It's a hill with like literally I'm in a basement of this resort, and they tried to dress it up by building like a hill with I don't know what's beyond it. I'm gonna go hiking today for about 4 feet and find out.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be a
And I have this
trek
weird
for you.
cold tub outside. This like I don't even know what it's supposed to be. It's a pool.
I think Tony Robbins put it there.
Yeah, it looks like one of those Wim Hof like dunk
Yeah.
tanks, but it's definitely not that.
Should definitely be a hot tub. It should not be a cold tub.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening.
It's murky. It's very bizarre. Okay, what's in the news?
A study finds face
Dissatisfaction.
Oh my
Dissatisfaction?
god! Dissatisfaction leads to exhaustion and burnout after video conferencing. So in short, if you don't like the way your face looks, staring at it on a computer screen for long periods of time is psychologically exhausting.
Oh yeah, dude. It's.
I mean, we're literally doing it right now.
This comes down to not liking your looks, which honestly, you're allowed to not like your looks, and you're not allowed to be like, man, I wish my face looked different. But if your face makes you like disgusted, you got to work on that because it ain't gonna get better. And you got to accept yourself. You got to learn to accept yourself because I see my face all the fucking time, and it was really difficult for me. It's always been difficult for me to watch myself or look at videos of myself or look at photos of myself right away. Later on, I can always be like, wow, you've changed since then. But
like if you're looking at, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, say.
If you're looking at your face right now, what would you?
That's a good question because now people on YouTube can.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like looking
perfect.
at my face. Oh.
I really have no problem. You know what? I was thinking I'm going to regret not brushing out my stringiness. I kind of have like an Iggy Pop thing going. But in terms of my face, like I'm very happy. Let me be honest. I did have filler recently. Mm-hmm. So I had my under eyes filled here. And so I had my lips injected. My lips look a little bit like platypus. In a way but I actually like it. Mm-hmm. The thing that bothers me about my face the most, if I'm going to nitpick, is there's a lot of things. There's just a lot of space here. And it can look like just so, I want it to be more like, but you know what? And my eyebrows sometimes look like sperms and that bugs me.
Oh,
but
yeah, nuts.
I promise you right now, for some reason, when it's just my face and it's in the moment and I can see it like this, there's nothing that really bothers me about it. I'm like, I'm fine the way I am. It's not the best face, but I'm good with it. Now, if I see this later, I'll go, what the fuck were you thinking with that? But it's okay because it will be later and I can change the thing that I'm mad about. But if you're constantly looking at and sometimes I'm looking at Noah right now.
Yeah.
And it makes me mad because she's so pretty.
Gotcha.
And it will make me upset.
Okay, so
you're
can
so
I
pretty,
tell you
Noah, and it's
this article
becoming a problem.
What do you see wrong with your face, Noah?
A lot.
Right now.
I don't even want to point it. Like I don't even want to look at
Tell
me.
me.
Go on. Do it.
Well,
It'll
okay.
be interesting.
She doesn't have to.
So
sorry.
the
I
thing
don't
about-
want to make you do it, but do it.
But I could take a Sharpie right now and just mark it.
Yeah,
if you
for
want,
sure.
Because I have
I
a
feel
couple
like
suggestions
my
for
nose
you.
will look like the wire of the cord of the hair dryer, like the penis that you saw in your hotel
Okay.
room.
Oh, you have a
Will
dick
you turn
nose?
to the side?
Turn it aside. Maybe we could see what we see in Aladdin or whatever.
No, more side.
No, your nose is not.
No,
Okay,
your
it
nose
doesn't
is
matter, but
awesome,
this
and
is
it's
what
the
I wanted to
temple
tell
your
you.
face. My nose is the same. I know it doesn't matter, but the thing is,
Yeah, I have
your
a
nose
rubber
does
nose.
get bigger. And I was
Yeah.
watching the Playboy documentary yesterday, and Holly Madison. You guys, that is so
I
good.
can't wait to watch it.
A&E.com. It's on Sling. I also download Sling. Holly Madison got her nose done, and getting noses done, they
Holy
all look
shit.
the same, and it is the tentpole to your face. However,
So I was
Noah,
going
what were you going to say about
this article. The thing that stuck out was when I went to like photo shoots with you, and you asked me to look at the photos because you just didn't want to look at your face like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like now that we're doing everything on Zoom and I have to do a lot of conferences on Zoom and this recording on Zoom, I am not used to being on camera. And the article was like, oh my God, it's so true. I've just been like having to like forced to stare at my face so much. I'm not used to it. And now I really appreciate what Nikki was saying all those years ago, where I understood it kind of, but now I really understand it. So I think it's like you have to learn how to deal with that. Not everyone can.
But I think part of it though is
It is a weird thing that people that aren't used to seeing themselves except in a mirror, which is,
and
you
they
know, when
might
you
just
choose.
glance. They don't really look.
And it's a choice, whereas Zoom is not a choice. But the thing is, what I would suggest for people, because I go to a lot of 12-step meetings on Zoom.
Also, women have to like get dressed up more, like for business. Like you have a 10 o'clock Zoom call. I have to put makeup on
Honestly,
in my living room for this shit.
Check your Zoom when you first get on it, and for your peace of mind, make it so you can't see yourself, and you can't. There's options
that's what I was
in Zoom.
thinking. Yeah,
do that for yourself, girls, because and you'll go, but I don't know what I look like the whole time. If you were in a board meeting, you wouldn't know what you look like the whole time. There's not a mirror. So just trust that it looks good at first and then shut it off, because honestly, you can't focus when I am. And then if you're bored in a meeting and you just want to like kind of mug to the camera and have some fun, turn it back on. But like, it's so distracting. You can't hear what the other person's saying because you're like, sometimes you're just like, I look so good. Like sometimes it's the opposite where you're like, oh my God, like I'm beautiful.
God,
I'm
my
like,
eyes are
look
popping.
at how it looks like when I'm like actually like looking like I'm like, you know, like interested. Wait, now that we have control right now, Andrew, of like how we have absolute control of what this image looks like. Let's all try to do our face that we think we look the prettiest in, or like the most hot.
I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
Why are we to the side and Andrew is forward facing?
Because we know our angles.
I look terrible from the side. My face falls apart from the side. It just becomes skin. My chin isn't
lift
defined.
up like me. Do me lift up like this, and open your mouth a little bit. Go, hi. That's my biggest trick. Noah's so pretty. This is my biggest trick for girls smiling, and for my mom who always does this when she smiles. And I used to do this too. It just makes sure you look like Wallace and Gromit when you just put your teeth together and you just smile like this. For a picture, it's so unnatural. The best thing to do, and who gives a fuck really about any of this, but because you're lovable as you are, even if you don't have a mouth. But if you want to look the most aesthetically pleasing, tilting your head like up or like going opening your mouth about a half an inch between your both your bottom and lower teeth, going, hey, when you smile, like for a picture, I always go.
Yeah,
I always open my mouth.
For a guy, it looks absurd.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Try. That's cute. That's really good. That's good.
I look like a sea
friendly
lion
neighbor.
that
Don't smile
got
so
fingered in the
much.
ass.
Don't smile so much. Oh, that's cute. I like. That's good, Andrew. That's good.
I hate this so much.
Wait, do your smile, Andrew. Do like your smile in a picture.
My regular smile would be like,
Yeah, not trying to. That's cute. That's good. That's really cute. Okay, now try to do your sexiest face because I was focused on mine. I want to see yours.
Oh yeah, the eyes.
Yeah, that's good. Now tilt it to the side a little bit. Let's see.
Someone told me to actually think like you want to fuck me.
Wait, Nick Vile taught
You know
me
what
the
I
one
mean?
where you look up and you go, huh? And then they click right when you look up. So tell me when to look up.
Okay, look up. You look like a skater that just like fucking found new wheels.
Hey. It's
No, but if you go like, look at my eyes, ready? Right
Okay.
now, I'll go. I'm not gonna say fuck me. I'll just be like, whatever.
okay. Now
yeah.
just think about your protein powder right now and like
Protein
eating it.
powder, yeah. So
What? Do you want
whatever.
to fuck your protein powder? Holy shit. Okay, now think.
No, now I'm gonna think about fucking my protein.
Okay.
powder.
No,
Ready?
no protein powder, just normal. Okay, now think about fucking. You know what happened is cum started building in your eyes. No.
Yeah.
No, you lowered you kind of just squinted more.
But I feel you can see it in the eyes.
Wait,
though.
let
I
me
don't
try.
know what
Let me
it
try
is.
mine. Okay, this is and
By the way, if you're listening at home, this is a sign to go to YouTube.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we have to give them some.
Yeah.
They have to go in a couple days. And if you want to go right now, as you're listening to this, because you listen daily, just go subscribe. Even if you don't watch things on YouTube, just give us a subscribe.
Yeah.
It helps everything, and leave a nice comment. You know, we really appreciate it. We love our listeners. Okay, so this is
Those are good
my
eyes for that. Whatever you just did.
regular face. Okay.
Regular
This is
face.
me.
Okay, just
Mug
think.
shot.
Okay. No, just think about just whatever. Just like going about your day. Okay, and now think seductive. Yeah, that was Now you kind
know
of
what
came in a
seductive
little
is?
bit. Seductive
For
made you look
me,
smaller.
It for me in the feminine energy, Noah, it's not. This is me being like masculine energy of like it's like I can't even do masculine energy because I want to. I guess okay. Let me see my face if I was trying to like flirt with Taylor Swift, because in a Taylor Swift relationship, in a lesbian relationship, I believe I would be the masculine energy. So it'd be like this.
Oh.
Whoa,
But
that
hot.
is masculine.
Very hot.
Yeah.
Okay, and now this is me if with a man.
Oh man, maybe combine them.
So hard.
That's why this
But
feels
it is
so
funny
weird to
you
me.
get smaller.
Because that feels so
Well,
so feminine.
To me, if I see that guy in a Bumble picture, that guy has fun. And guys don't, I've said this all the time.
Yeah, we don't smile enough.
Men
yeah.
need to smile in their pictures because you want a guy who's fun. And although it's not like sexually threatening, you put a picture in there that you're not smiling and then the rest of them smile. And what do you feel about cap sleeves? Because this is the cap sleeve episode. If you are
forgot
not
my
watching on
sleeves fell
YouTube,
down.
we are capping our sleeves because Noah's shirt naturally does a cap sleeve, muscle tee. Let's get to the next news story.
Yeah, I just see forehead when I look in these things. You said my forehead doesn't look big, but I
No,
think takes
it
up
looks
the whole
normal.
screen.
No.
And then you can see like I'm losing hair, and so it's like that's all I see.
Man,
is,
I
like,
ran into a guy the other night,
like,
a comedian
receding
who
a little bit.
I told you about him. Remember the comedian I told you that asked me out ages ago?
Yeah.
He asked me out, Noah. I think this was during You Up days. He asked me out one night, and I was like, oh, I've always liked this guy, and we had like really flirty, fun energy one night. And he was like, hey, do you want to go? We exchanged texts. I was like, oh my God, I've always thought this guy's so cute. And he's having like a really moment in his career at this time. And he was feeling like he was just adorable and funny. And he asked me out later that night. And he was like, hey, tomorrow is my friend's birthday. We're going to this place. Do you want to come dancing? And I was like, oh my God, this is, post Dancing with the Stars. But I was just like, I don't drink. Like, how am I going to? But I was like, yes, I'll go dancing. Like, that sounds fun. So I said, yes, that sounds so fun. The next day comes, I never hear from him the whole day. And he has written me the day, this isn't like a week before, he just doesn't write me the next day. And so I went to the Comedy Store and I found at the time we were supposed to be dancing, I didn't hear from him, so I just took a set and I went to the Comedy Store and I got his name from the marquee, the big, when you have your name on the marquee at the Comedy Store, it's like a big plastic strip that has your name on it and they just throw it up. They don't do individual letters. And I asked for his name because it's like 6 feet tall. It's huge. And then I did a video where I was dancing with it just to be like, oh, I'm dancing with this person. And I sent it to him. It was like, I'm having so much fun dancing with you, because I also saw on his story that he was at the place where he's dancing. And I'm like, what the fuck? I ran into that guy the other night and immediately he's like, hey. And I didn't recognize him because he got plugs. And that's not why I didn't recognize him, though. I think other things changed about him too. He like looked taller. I don't know, but I was
hair.
he like looked at me, and I don't usually see him at this venue, and so I was like, I just smiled because I thought he was like a fan or something. And then I walked by and I was like, oh, that guy looks familiar. I probably know him. And he looked at me in a way that was like, we're friends. And then he comes up and he's like, hey, it's me. And I was like, oh, hi. Oh my God, good to see you. And he got I go, I didn't recognize you. And he's like, I got plugs, and they look great. Which I really do recommend guys get it if you can afford it and like want to invest in it. But I went on stage. He brought me on stage and I called him out on stage and was like, hey, remember when you asked me to go dancing that you didn't call me the next day? And he was like, I go, what happened there from the stage? And he's like,
Oh, wow.
I was intimidated. And I'm just like, I know you were. Probably that's the right answer. But like, too late. And because then he was like, do you want to go dancing now? And I was like, no, I'm seeing someone. Too late. And he texted me. I'm not kidding you. As soon as I am locking
Always
it down with
happens.
someone, men are coming out of the fucking woodwork asking me out. And it's so nice to say
That's
to them.
why your UTI came about, so you don't fuck them. That's what my point was.
No, that doesn't stop me. That's not that. like I wouldn't want to fuck these guys. It's not like that's what's stopping me is my man. I wouldn't do that.
No,
even
but
if
I
had
know.
to.
I mean, I'm just.
I got what
being,
you're saying.
Huh? Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Your body's just like, no, dude. You're
Yeah,
not
my
gonna-
Uber app keeps crashing, so I can't like go meet
Yeah,
them.
you're, like it's like your parental controls on your own pussy.
Yeah,
That burns when you.
But it was.
piss.
It is interesting that I keep getting asked out, but it's so fun to say to them, listen, if I wasn't seeing someone, I would definitely entertain hanging out with you. But I am seeing someone. And by the way, they don't go, hey, can I ask you out so we can work towards having sex? They just go, hey, do you want to maybe get a bite sometime this weekend? And then when I say, hey, I'm seeing someone, they go, I just want it as a friend. And I'm like, no, you didn't.
Yeah. The cover.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
And it's not bad that, by the way, I said that I would go. If I wasn't seeing someone, I would entertain this. But I am. So why are you covering it up? Like, and also, okay, yeah, let me go over now as a friend. But the thing is, they think they like still haven't, they think they hear that you're dating someone and they still think that maybe it's not going well or something. I've been that girl before where I'm like, oh, well, this is going to fall apart. I should just get in there. But most of them are one response I had, and he's a listener. And so I'll say, I really appreciate it. Because he was like, I hope he treats you well. You deserve it. It was a very nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
And to that person, he is treating me well. And I felt like being like, here are the screenshots of the nice things he says to me to prove that this guy treats me well. Let's get to the next news story.
Oh, we got to go to break.
Oh, we got to go to a break. Let's do that and then come back with Why Do I Care? Or maybe just another news story that you like. Why do I care? All right, we're back. Why do I care?
Why do you care? Okay, should we do Kim Kardashian is what makes her horny? Or do you want to do
I like this choice.
Kate Thurston antidepressants before Bachelorette? Or do you want to do the most embarrassing style trends the year you were born?
I wanted to hear about Katie Thurston, and then I might want to hear the other ones. But let's talk with Bachelorette Katie Thurston. I tried to watch The Bachelor last night. That aired on Monday. I couldn't do it. They did this whole group date where they're in a circle and they're talking about, like, they're sharing their, like, most, like their intimate things of, like, I grew up not feeling like I was pretty. And, like, one girl's like, I grew up and everyone thought I was too skinny. And, like, honestly, I do know that that's a real thing. Girls that are naturally skinny, people make fun of them for being anorexic. And you can be insecure about your body if you're too skinny. But it was funny to see all these girls like around the circle just being like, yeah, bitch, you were too skinny. That's like, so sad. And then just all these beautiful people just being like, I thought it was ugly. But the truth is, beautiful people think they're ugly more than not beautiful people, to be honest with you, as I've seen in my most beautiful friends.
I just keep hearing the Marilyn Manson song while you're talking.
Beautiful people. The beautiful people.
Ah!
Oh my God! Did you hear about him?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
there's
it's
so many
awful.
things.
Okay, I love that we all didn't see that coming. Okay, Andrew, tell me about Katie Thurston and antidepressants.
Yeah, he took out a rib so he could rape someone. Okay, anyways, we could take that
I thought
out.
that was Flea.
Katie Thurston, she started taking antidepressants before the season. The sparks I once felt for life were doused with judgment and criticism of not only strangers, but even ones I worked closely with. I was drowning in
Try to articulate.
Yeah,
a
that, I
little
was
bit.
just gonna
Yeah.
say.
It's like you're reading it
Yeah,
to
I was
yourself,
drowning in my
scanning it for your own name.
I was
or
drowning in my
something.
tears, blah, 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 unable to even recognize the girl, but whatever. I started thinking... it sounds
so
like I
she's
need
telling-
antidepressants to
What
read
I'm
this better.
gathering from this, Noah, let me ask you
To
about it.
handle negativity, she took them.
She took them because,
But it was
so it
before
wouldn't
the
affect her
season
as much.
came out. So
yeah,
just
I mean,
to
this
be
is
prepared. She was already getting all these negative comments. She turned off her Instagram and like put her phone away and tried to block out as much negativity as possible.
if you do not, if you go on a reality show as a normal person who is not used to being in the spotlight and you do not have fucking panic attacks about how people
You're not
have,
normal.
then you are superhuman, because it is. I would never. I mean, I'm so grateful that I did not get famous and have people have opinions about me until I was in recovery for my eating disorder. And listen, it started before, but it didn't get intense until before. And it's still not intense. I don't want it to get any more intense. I love the level of fame I'm at. I want my besties, and that's all I need. But there's nothing, like you said, Noah, being on Zoom and seeing your face, you didn't sign up for this. Is not a part of life that you wanted, to stare at your face all day. That's why I don't even like going to the fucking hairdresser, because you got to look in the mirror the whole time. And I'm like, this is like forced Zooming. If you're, let's be honest, people think they want to go on a reality show. That's why they go on it. But Holly Madison in this Playboy show called The Secrets of Playboy. It's on A&E. I'm watching it 2 episodes in. It's great. But Holly Madison, who was on Girls Next Door, she had so much confidence. She was this, small town Alaska girl. So much confidence. Always felt like she thinks she has Asperger's. She's not diagnosed, but she's like, I think I have Asperger's. So she's like me, just diagnosing herself with autism. So she had so much confidence, and then being in the, you would think that the validation of being Hef's chosen girlfriend would give her confidence. She was suicidal in there, like.
He was a monster.
Yeah, but
from what I read,
he represents the cog of being hot and like judging women in that harshly. Like, there's no, as a woman, when you get older and you get sexualized, and especially in entertainment, when people start having judgments about your body and like you have to be in the spotlight so much, you just buckle up. And I got to start something for young women that just prepares them for this, because it's unavoidable in this day and age to not be judged, or to not, you were saying that to me about like, you're like, every girl got it. Every girl has issues with her looks, no matter how, like just the more friends people you talk to, it's like, no one avoids it. Men do too. I'm not making this just a woman issue, but women, it's really fucking tough. It is interesting,
like with women that get famous through like a reality show when they're younger and whatever, deemed hotter, right? And then they have to then come out with a show of saying how horrible their life was.
Yeah, the
whole
time.
To be able to garner it's not attention, but what I'm trying to think about though is like, it's like you are doing it because you want to tell your story, but there is money involved. Because,
right,
but I'm saying the flip side to that is like you're aging, so then there is no other option for you to make money.
I found
either.
like it was.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I found that because I was watching a lot of this last night of these, girls on The Bachelorette saying like, I used to like hate the way I look, and let me be honest, they all still do. These are young girls. They're not unless most young girls I know. If we get a group of 12 of them, I don't know that they've all had body.
Yeah, 4 hours ago I hated my face.
But now I'm changed now that I'm on TV crying about it next to the guy I want to marry
with better makeup.
The thing I was realizing is that women who are sexualized and spend time in the spotlight and look like they're living the best life, it's almost like the pendulum will always swing the other way. It's almost all like these playmates, all of them. There's just like dozens of these women that like were in hell and hated their bodies and like felt like abused. There's always this other side of it that is so dark and sad, and it's like I feel for young girls who hate the way they look now, because, or like that are struggling. Because I think about even myself now when I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I hate myself. It's like, bitch, this is not going to get any better for you in terms of like fuckability. You're only getting older. So you better like yourself now. This isn't going to, if you can't accept yourself now, your life, you're going to be set up for misery.
I know.
I don't know how to fix it.
Hopefully with age, you start letting go of some superficial things, and then like you don't.
That's what I did.
You don't try to keep up. You don't try to like. You're only
but you
keeping
gotta work
up with
at it.
That's yeah.
You don't just gotta wait for age to make you not give a shit. You literally have to work. I remember being like, knowing that my face was gonna fall, things were gonna get worse and saggier and everything, and that I was in a mad dash to accept myself before that stuff started happening, because at the way I used to judge myself, I wasn't going to survive that. Yeah. And you have to, it's not about like looking in the mirror and being like, you're beautiful over and over. It is truly, it's a spiritual process, honestly. It's about like accepting that it's not your fault the way you look. It's not up to you the way you look, even though you think you have some kind of say in it. It's not, and even if you were a burn victim tomorrow, you would doesn't mean or like disfigured facially or had some sort of condition that made you balloon up. Like those things can all happen like that. So do you kill yourself because of those things?
No.
If all of your worth is on this, so you have to get to a place where it's like, I'm more than that.
I think what happens is like you try so hard, whether you're a woman or also men, but like you try so hard. Like for me personally, like you would try, like I got to get my body right. I got to look good for this spring break. Like I got to like be as ripped as possible. I gotta like I can't have a receding hairline. And then what happens is you get a little bit older and you get to like 30 and you're like, oh man, I'm older now. None of that shit matters. And then you go almost the opposite of letting yourself go. You're like, I'm just an old man now. I'm a crippled old man. Which isn't good either. So then you got to find a way to be like, oh no, you can still exercise and like be your like whatever best self.
Feel good.
Yes.
It's for your like working out for your mental health, not for your physical. I mean, because when the mental is good, it goes outward.
Yeah, of course.
You couldn't even stop it if you wanted to. It's all about up there. That's why I'm just like this UTI shit. I refuse to believe it's a physical condition. I know it's something going on upstairs about me not accepting the way the things are.
Or poop on a dick.
Or it's like shit in my clit. So anyway, let's get to the Wednesday wildcard game of the week. It is, and we're gonna play it in final thought. I love how we're transitioning from like just this really like body positive, like feminist, like energy into the most misogynist game I've ever encountered. Which I want to thank Barstool Sports for putting out this game called Answer the Internet, which is a downloadable app. And Kevin Clancy, who is one of the guys from KFC Radio,
and
which is
Feidelberg.
But KFC was the one that sent me.
Okay.
He did the grunt work of sending me the code so I could get the super pack of this game that you usually have to pay for. So shout out to him, even though he trashed me on that podcast about my song for Bob.
He said you could have a music career.
Let's get to it. Oh, he did? Oh, that's nice. Okay, then I'm back on Team Clans. Let's get to we have definite my decks. Okay, best of deck number 1, best of deck number 2. Okay, let's do this. Start playing. I'm the only one with the cards. So, have you ever dated a person you banged on the first or second date?
Have you ever? Yes.
You've dated them?
I was like, dude, I can't believe I'm going to date this slut.
No offense, but weren't you and Brenna like the third date?
Hey, man,
so
who's
this
counting?
Doesn't count, that one.
Yeah.
So you're talking about someone else you dated after the first or second?
Completely different.
Okay. It is. I'm saying it's first or second.
I've only been in 3 relationships. One girl I waited about 7 months. Another girl, yes, was like the second date, and then second date, third date.
All
but
right.
yeah, but you know what it is?
What about you?
What's time?
Yeah, I don't even know. Noah, what about you? Have you ever dated a person you banged on the first
4
or
years
second
too long.
date? Okay.
I did a walk of shame right into her heart. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right, my answer is no, but I would have liked to. They just didn't want to. All right.
Damn, you're going in, dude.
Okay, Andrew, this one's for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Would you rather have one giant dick for an arm or have all your fingers be dicks? This is a real question, you guys. I hate
Wait,
this.
do you still have a dick? Another dick? A regular dick?
Yeah.
Oh, then in that case, I'd rather have one dick being on an arm.
Okay.
Because that'd be pretty fucking dope.
Noah, you don't get to answer it because we don't even know what it'd be like to have a dick between
Okay,
our
would you rather
legs.
have a vagina for an arm or 5 vaginas for fingers?
The whole.
I mean, what the fuck would that even look like?
Badass.
Okay, would you rather be? Would you rather be naked all the time or clothed all the time? I mean, clothed all the time. Who would want to be naked all the time? You couldn't live your life.
Can you fuck through your zipper?
And what's hotter than like pulling the panties to the side? You know what I'm saying?
But that's partly naked.
That's clothed.
I don't know. That's the
Well, these questions, you can interpret them as you wish.
question. I'll just fuck through it.
Would you rather
Dan rather?
have to tell your mom everything sexual that you've done or have to show her your entire porn history.
I'd rather show her my entire porn in history.
Oh, really?
Well,
'Cause yours
she's
is
in
just
half
so
of it. No, she's not. The younger, when she was younger.
I would definitely.
Not when she's older, dude. Not when she's older. Don't think like I like porn of my mom
Oh,
now.
yeah, gross.
It was like before like Hugh even moved out of Chicago, dude.
Oh my God.
Hugh Hefner.
What
Like-
about you, Noah? Your mom hearing about every sexual experience you've had, or your
Probably porn
history?
history because it would devastate her more.
Oh, because it would devastate her more? Jesus Christ.
That is a great answer. Holy shit. That's so fun. It would kill her.
Yeah.
Honestly, my porn history is so much worse than the things I've done. And I've done some really gross stuff, but my porn history is so much more embarrassing. I wouldn't even want to show my lover my porn history.
You talk about your porn history all the time on here.
Yeah, but I'm not telling you the real details.
I mean, that's
of it,
wild,
dude.
then.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's weird. I really feel weird about it.
Is Tom Pop?
Ham drip.
Ham drip.
What's the other one?
Turkey tier.
Turkey tier. Would you rather fight a? Oh, this is the worst one. I hate that one. Oh no. Oh my God. This is the kiss. Would you rather be drunk 24/7 or never drink again?
Oh, man.
I mean, I think we know the answer to that.
24/7 for sure.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
I'd rather fucking kill a family at 9 a.m. than live happily in my life. You know?
Oh my God, this is the worst one. Andrew, would you rather? These are all for boys, but honestly, Noah, this would be good
By
for
the
us
way,
too.
are we doing what they do to the song? Like, about, yes.
But I'm calling.
Would you rather make fun of someone singing about a dead celebrity they kind of know?
or make
play
fun of
Would
a
You
game
Rather?
that they've monetized, and that's just.
Are we hypocritical? Or,
I would say no because nothing about this is edgy,
No, it's not.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather sit on a dick and eat a cake, or sit on a cake and eat a dick?
Sit on a dick.
Okay, so
and
you have
eat
to
a
like
cake.
have a dick in your butt
Yeah.
and eat a cake, or sit on a cake and eat a dick. That's kind of a good question for you. as a straight
you're
man.
eating the dick or suck a dick?
Yeah, you're sucking a dick.
I think I'd rather.
Let's think about you have a normal asshole. Let's think about that.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
a good point. So a normal asshole, normal mouth,
And the
all
cake
my
is-
teeth. I have all my teeth and
Yeah.
no anal fissures.
Yeah.
In this, okay. I would say I'd rather. Fuck.
Sitting on a cake
You know
would
what?
feel
Part of
so
me-
good.
No, but part of me thinks like if I'm eating a cake and it's delicious, it will
Distract you.
distract me from the ass. Because, like the dick in my mouth, and then I'm not even getting cake.
Got it. Yeah, there's
I
no.
answered that one like pretty like real. Like I really was thinking.
No,
about
I
it.
think you
Yeah.
should. Noah, what about you? And let's think of it as Avi's.
Oh, I think sitting on a dick and eating a cake for sure.
No, do vagina. Do a vagina. Just split it up. Would you rather sit on a croissant and eat a vagina?
Oh, so would you rather scissor a girl
Yeah.
and eat like
A cake.
rub clits together and
eat a cake.
Okay,
Or sit
or-
on a cake and eat a clit.
I would rather 100% sit on a
Same.
cake and eat a clit. Because I just don't want those calories. I don't like sugar. It's honestly
Actually,
about that.
sitting on a
more
cake
than
will give
anything.
us a yeast infection
vegan cake?
because of the sugar and
Sitting on a cake would
It's
feel
all thoughts,
so
Noah.
good.
It's not have
I
anything
kind of
want
want to do it.
Wait, what would you want a big ass candle on there, boy?
Yeah. Well, like one of those, yeah, like the ones that are in churches that are
or a
like
number.
yeah.
He just walks in the dark. Wait, what? Why don't you like what? The idea of scissoring with a girl is that? What does that do to your brain when
Too
you think about
complicated.
it?
It kind of turns me on. It just like anything like I think on the Kinsey scale I'm probably a 2 in terms of like if gay is 0 and 10 or 7 is straight. I think it's 1 to 7. I'm like a 2. But I could definitely I would definitely do that. I think it would be kind of fun to like. And the thing is, like, sex is all the things I think about where I'm like, oh, I'd be nervous about doing that, eating pussy or whatever. I just feel like at this point in my life, I can be so honest about what I do not know and what I do know in bed that it would be, and I'm so much more open with women in terms of like being able to be like insecure around them that I honestly think I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing and just be, I mean, I will hook up with a girl someday.
There is something about like becoming so comfortable with a friend that it's like, it's not even like sex, like.
Oh,
like
I would never do it with a friend.
But like the idea of like, oh, okay.
Because I would want it to be, because then you can't go back to, like, it'd be like hooking up with your guy friend.
What
like,
if they just forget? What if they just forget? Like, there's amnesia or dementia.
Them?
My point is like, then it's just like, oh, it's my friend. You're just like eating an arm.
Okay, I have one question to finish us out. Andrew.
Yeah.
Take us out of the podcast with, you have to pick one food for your best friend, let it be me, to chew up and spit in your mouth. What food do you choose? Pussy cake?
Yeah, fat dick. Because I like little dicks.
If I had to choose one food to chew up and spit in your mouth.
I would have to say, shit. That's
Seaweed
tough,
snacks.
man.
I don't want to eat shit.
I would say avocado because you made guacamole.
Oh, that's good. But it would be like spitty. I would choose like something that you could liquefy so that when you spit it, it would be like, I
That's what I'm
convince
saying.
myself it's liquid.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of already a mucusy. I would pick like watermelon because it's so watery that the spit could like, and it would be like, watermelon juice is so good, by the way. Does it bother you if a girl you're dating makes more money than you? God, these are so good. We have to go. We have to go to break. Thank you guys for listening. Think
Not
about,
break.
ponder that question
Wait,
throughout
you
your
said-
Wednesday.
Not break.
Yeah.
We have to wrap.
Break. Yeah, we're breaking till
okay.
tomorrow, you guys. No, don't think that I meant that. I really fucked up and said break, but I saved it. That's like when you fall back in a chair and you're like, I meant to do that. That was fun.
Yeah, dude. That was sweet, dude. I meant to trip and fall.
Kirsten and I
crack
used
my
to
head.
make fun of guys in 8th grade who would lean back in their chair so much and then they'd fall over and they'd be like, well, that was actually fun. I want to do it again. We'd be like, really? You do?
The first stand-up joke I ever like laughed hard at is
Dane Cook.
a black guy was doing a joke where he goes, you know, when a white guy falls, he's like, oh, but when a black guy falls, he goes, oh, and then he hits a jump shot. Like he like turns it into like he meant to fall to then like
That's funny.
shoot back. And I just remember laughing so
I guess
hard
I've never
at that.
seen a black guy fall. I've never seen that.
I don't know.
Bucket list. All right, guys, we got to go. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Don't be cut and Jax.
Jack Sparrow.